What if your thoughts were no longer private? Not spoken, not written, just thought. For centuries, the human mind was considered the final frontier. A locked room no machine could enter. Your fears, memories, desires, safe inside your skull. Or so we believed. But deep inside research labs, hidden behind glass walls and humming servers, something changed. A machine was built, not to listen to your voice, but to listen to your brain. It didn't start as science fiction. It started as medicine. In the early experiments, scientists placed small sensors on the human scalp. These sensors didn't hear words. They listened to electrical signals, tiny bursts of energy created when neurons fired. Every thought, every emotion, every decision created a unique pattern. At first, the data looked like noise. Chaotic. Meaningless. But patterns began to emerge. A flashing image produced one signal. Fear produced another. Recognition had its own signature. Then came the breakthrough. Researchers realized that if a machine could learn these patterns, it could begin translating them. Not perfectly. Not yet. But enough to guess what a person was seeing or imagining without a single word spoken. In one experiment, volunteers were shown simple shapes. A circle, a face, a house. The machine studied their brain activity. Then the screen went dark. The volunteers were told to think about one of the images. The result shocked everyone in the room. The computer guessed correctly. Again, and again, and again. This was no longer mind reading in the magical sense. It was something more disturbing, mind decoding. Turning thoughts into data. Data into predictions. As the years passed, artificial intelligence entered the picture. Machine learning systems grew more powerful, more precise. They didn't just analyze brain signals, they adapted to them. The longer the machine observed a person, the better it understood how that specific mind worked. Words came next. In later experiments, subjects were asked to silently read sentences in their head. The machine didn't hear the words, but it identified patterns linked to language processing. With enough training, it could predict what type of words were being thought. Questions, commands, even emotional tone. One scientist described it chillingly. The brain was speaking, and the machine was learning its language. The implications were enormous. For patients who couldn't speak, those locked inside their own bodies, this technology was a miracle. Thoughts could be turned into text, intentions into movement. A paralyzed patient could type a message just by thinking it. But every breakthrough has a shadow. If a machine can read thoughts to help, it can read thoughts to control. Who owns your thoughts when they become data? What happens when companies want access? When governments ask for it for security? When privacy ends not at your phone, but at your mind? Some researchers began to slow down. Others pushed forward. Because the machine didn't stop at reading thoughts. It began predicting them. By analyzing patterns before a decision was consciously made, the system could guess what choice a person would make, seconds before they realized it themselves. Left or right? Yes or no? Truth or lie? The future arrived quietly. No explosion. No announcement. Just lines of code learning how humans think. Today, these machines still need cooperation. Sensors. Training. Permission. But tomorrow? Tomorrow, the machine won't ask what you're thinking. It will already know. And the most terrifying question isn't can machines read our thoughts? It's whether we'll even notice when they do.